Welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic.
Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today, I'm playing Legacy, but I'm not doing a Legacy League. I have been challenged by an anonymous sponsor to battle none other than ThrabenU in 3 matches of Legacy with 3 different decks. Phil, aka ThrabenU, my Eternal Glory podcast co-host, check that out if you haven't checked out the podcast. It's linked in all my video descriptions and Linktree and everything. It's out there. Phil's also a YouTuber, ThrabenU. You can see his side of the matches over there, and hopefully we're going to have some fun today. The format for this battle is we decided to do 1 tiered Legacy deck, and for that I've selected the Sultai Beans deck you see on the channel. I will be playing that against Turbo Muxus Goblins, which was Phil's selection for the top tier Legacy deck. Our next tier was decks that are kind of cool but not tier 1, and for that I selected the closest thing to SharkStill we're going to get. The card Standstill was fully replaced in the Shark Control shell by Staff of the Storyteller. And luckily for me, I just had a coaching session like 2 days ago where somebody wanted to work on SharkStill, and I have a pretty up-to-date list that we worked on together. I've made a few changes from that list, but this is pretty close to how I would build this deck if it were a deck I was going to play in 2024. And this will be paired against Nic Fit. That was Phil's selection for this one. And our third tier of play is some nonsense that's on brand and our viewers would enjoy. And for that, of course, I went with Loam Pox. This is a perfect spread of BoshNRoll brand. We've got the Sultai Beans, we've got the SharkStill, and we've got Loam Pox. Everything that my channel enjoyers come to expect from me. And Phil will be playing, I believe, White Stax against this. Classic Phil bullshit. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing on the line here. We are just battling in a top tier Legacy deck, kind of middling deck that's fine, and full Insano. 3 match challenge. It's not best of 3 or anything. It's just for fun, all exhibition play. And you can watch both sides of the matches. So check out ThrabenU when you're done with this video. If you're here from ThrabenU, welcome. Shout out again to our anonymous donor who made this happen, and I hope you all enjoy. Let's do it. I'm on the draw in round 1, which is our top tier Legacy, and although we did curate the matchups, we're supposed to keep these opening hands like we don't know what the match is, just for integrity purposes, and I would keep a land Thoughtseize and looks at more land in the dark, so I will keep this hand, even though if I air quotes knew that it was Goblins, I would probably go a little deeper, but we'll see how this shakes out. Kept 6, that's shocking. Ooh, Mountain Go. That gives me a chance to do something with a Thoughtseize, and I drew Underground Sea. What can we mess with here? Okay, we've got Battlecry Goblin, Rabble Master, and Mind Goblin. I can try to hit the Mind Goblin and just slow down the explosion. I could take Rabble Master, which is the consistent problem for me. Like, if next turn he plays Namesticker Goblin, and then drops out Battlecry Goblin and activates it, Orcish Bowmaster can stabilize against the Battlecry Goblin on the following turn, but then there's still Namesticker plus 2 other 2/2s, or 2 other 1/1s in play. Yeah, I think I'd rather take my chances against the Rabble Master, because he also gets a draw step. And that could be anything, including something like Muxus that just kills me out of the Mind Goblin. There's Ancient Tomb. Here's Rabble Master. Mystic Sanctuary, not really what I'm looking for here. What I want to do here is still be alive at the time when... Oh, Jesus. Here's this freaking guy. All right, remember the thing that I tried to play around? Here we go. There's 1 unknown card in the hand. I hope it doesn't kill me. Battlecry Goblin resolves. Activate Battlecry Goblin once, and then activate Battlecry Goblin again. Alright, yep, here's a bunch of damage. They are all attacking as they do, and I have to use Bowmaster to absorb as much as I can here. Tropical Island, Orcish Bowmaster. This is going to kill the 3-1 on the ping, and then I'll double block Rabblemaster, and I'm still in a ton of trouble here. That's exactly why I tried to take the name sticker. Brainstorm, try to find some action, put back Mystic Sanctuary. I can cast Murktide Regent here and then die. I could also, if I Brainstorm into a Fatal Push, I can survive at 1. I Brainstorm again. Oh, okay. You did it. Yeah, I drew the card that I thought seized. What are you going to do? All right, now I get to be on the play with some sideboard cards in my deck. Dismember, Hydroblast all come in. Pernicious Deed can mop up a board that gets too crazy. Force of Negation, not what I'm looking for here. Thoughtseize was useful there, but that doesn't mean it's going to continue to be useful, or it doesn't mean it's better than a sideboard card. Spell Pierce can go. Daze has like one small window where it could be insane, and then it's pretty bad after that. I think I'm off it. The beans are pretty slow in this matchup. You can cut one, it's fine. I guess I want Powder Keg too. That can mop up any number of tokens. You don't have a lot of time to ponder, and I'm actually going to cut another Beanstalk here. Just gotta kind of be alive and then kill them. Now I'm allowed to know what my opponent's doing. This hand is bad. I'm going to mulligan it. It just doesn't interact on any useful level. There's that Thoughtseize I left in the deck. Let's rock it. I'm going to keep this and bottom a Murktide Regent. God, kept 7. This deck is prone to mulligans, and I know Phil himself as a player is not afraid of 5, so him keeping 7 is just my nightmare. Oh, we have a double Magus of the Moon. Cool. Well, what's my plan here? I can take the Spirit Guide, try to slow him down a turn. I did not bring in my basic Swamp. Yeah, I'm going to take Spirit Guide and hope that I still get a turn. I have Dismembers in the deck. I have Hydroblast in the deck. I have Fatal Push in the deck. Okay. That Thoughtseize bought me the turn I needed to not die to the first Moon Magus, but I have to get through 2 of these jerks. Oh, drew Ancient Tomb. Disappointing. I'm going to fetch a Tropical Island here. Float black. Magus resolves. Fatal Push it. I had to do it like that to get both black mana in the pool and access to Revolt, Bowmaster. I guess I just jam a Murktide here and hope it kills him. 6/6 creature. And he did go all in on Cavern on Human with no other red source in the hand. He's going to have to resolve a Magus of the Moon before he can start resolving any goblins. There's the city. Floated 2 colorless. Did we draw a Spirit Guide? Or did we... Oh, Jesus. Spirit Guide, Broadside Bombardiers? Come on, man. Can we get 1 break ever? Yeah, I'm not winning the race anymore. Those were the 2 cards we didn't know. It was another Spirit Guide and freaking Broadside Bombardiers. Whatever, Phil. Better lucky than good. This is trash talk among friends. But still, he drew outrageously well here. And I am just dead. Double Magus, threatened to turn 1 it. I guess I could still draw Hydroblast and stabilize. He should kill my Murktide here, though, with the Ringleader. And then I'm not even racing. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a short one. When your Goblin's opponent is also extremely lucky and unskilled. Stupid Phil. On to the next match that I hope will be more interesting than that one.
This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there.
I'm on the draw for the second match as well. This one is Nic Fit versus SharkStill. I am going to keep my hand. This has interaction and some stuff to do. I would keep this hand without knowing the matchup. Verdant Catacombs. Bayou Cabal Therapy. Unlikely to hit here unless we have broken the truce on pretending we don't know what the matchup is. Brainstorm. Okay. I didn't have one of those. Do have multiple prismatic endings though, which is dangerous now because that is the best thing to name probably if he has a Veteran Explorer. Neat. Cool thing though is my deck plays a lot of basics, which is a fun way to line this up. So annoying I drew a second prismatic ending here. Alright, I've got an island and a plains. Name the Supreme Verdict. Alright, that's out of here. Is he a Bowmaster deck? I don't even know what's in Jund Nic Fit, but that would make a lot of sense. I'm still going to cycle the shark. If it dies, it dies. I have prismatic endings for Bowmaster and the token. Yep, sure, whatever. Currency Converter. Cool. Alright, we're doing stuff. Engines are coming online. End the Bowmaster immediately. Currency Converter. I'm going to end the Orc Army as well. Just take all the pressure off. And I drew another Shark Typhoon, which goes into the Currency Converter and immediately starts paying me out. And he's also a discard deck, so if he just Cabal Therapies my Narset, I get a 2/2. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay. A powerful spell for powerful wizards. I'm going to play Narset, who will stuff at least half of that. Staff of the Storyteller, good hit. Now we're SharkStilling. Sharking still? What are we doing? I don't know. We at least deny this chapter of the Fable. I know what the archetype is, but we didn't share a list, so I don't actually know if this deck's going to like Minsk and Boo, or we're going to Greater Garganon. Like, what is even going on here? And I am going to block because Narset's important. Another Fable. Okay. We've protected the nest. This is a lot of value off these Fables, but Narset, just a little too of in the deck, wreaking havoc on the card selection that this deck's capable of. Assassin's Trophy, oh no. Well, I spoke too soon. I would like to use the ability. I'll get a Plains because that can draw a card right away. Staff of the Storyteller draws another Staff of the Storyteller. And multiple Shark Typhoons available now. I guess I'm just going to pass. And this Fable does get to go into discard mode. Cabal Therapy, Greater Garganon. Okay. Well, we know there's Greater Garganon in the deck now. I'll just suspended another Garganon. Yikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the artifacts can be 7 permanents to sacrifice here. Yeah, I'm going to fetch first and get a Tundra. And I'm going to Shark Typhoon to make a 4/4. In which case, Currency Converter also makes a 2/2. Make a 4/4. Charge the Staff of the Storyteller. Draw a card. Make a 2/2. Block, block. Charge the Staff again. Dun-dun, dun-dun. Dun-dun, dun-dun. You're going to need a bigger boat, Phil. And one of these gets fed to Gargadon for free because it's dying anyway. I'll have to decide if he wants the trade versus the Gargadon on the other one. He took the trade. Grist. That's a powerful Planeswalker. It will die to my Shark attack. Okay. They're just sacking Reflection of Kiki Jiki to take out the Shark token. Good deal. Alright. Opponent's Hellbent, and I have my engine online. Multiple charges on Staff of the Storyteller. Another Cycler in my hand. Just picked up a Force of Will to go with it all. Kinda like my position here. I'm gonna Prismatic Ending the Fable. Not like that, I'm not. I need the red. I'm gonna Prismatic Ending the Fable. Been a minute since I cast this card. How quaint. I'm more worried about Fable than Grist here. I think that's true. I hope that's true. Like, I can attack and kill Grist in other ways. And you can't sack enchantments to Greater Gargadon. So this is the permanent I can kill most easily. And here I can make a 2/2 Shark and a Rogue. Or I can make a 1/1 Shark, a Rogue, and draw a card. I'm holding Force Blue card back against this 1-card hand. It's making a bug. There is a Cabal Therapy in the graveyard. Okay. Time to Shark out here. This is 3 Shark Typhoons used already, but I have Hall of Heliod in my deck as well. You never truly run out of Sharks. Oh no, something's happening. Did you draw Bowmasters? What is this deal with the devil Phil has agreed with, that he just gets whatever the perfect card is off the top in his non-blue decks with no card selection every game? I want whatever he's having. All right, that was my Force of Will gone. I'm glad I dealt with the Bowmaster, but I am still concerned about the Gargadon. Otawara now answers that problem. End of turn, make a Rogue. Staff of the Storyteller, holding more stories than it could ever tell at this point. I'm going to activate a staff and play another one. I think I just want to hold this Otawara up and make sure I don't die out of nowhere. I guess if Ponder finds a land that's a similar thing. Yeah, I'll Ponder. Fine. Talk me into it. Okay. That's really good. That's way better than a land. Okay. Attack Grist with the Flyer. Attack my opponent's life points directly with the 2/2. Grist is dead. And then I'm going to cycle Timeless Dragon, who gets me Plateau, goes into the currency converter, represents a rogue. It's my land drop. Multiple blockers available, multiple white available to draw off Staff of the Storyteller as well. Knowing Phil's stupid luck, I'm just going to draw now before he draws another Bowmaster. The Greater Gargadon is just big. It doesn't have any trample or menace or anything. An end step, I'm going to make another Rogue, which puts Timeless Dragon in the graveyard, where I can also eternalize it. All of those things make tokens. Ooh, the Hall of Heliod. I'm going to attack with everything. Play Hall of Heliod, eternalize Timeless Dragon, which again charges the stabs. And I'm just going to hold up Otawara plus this draw engine. An opponent should die pretty quick. Packed it up. Okay, the writing was on the wall. Rest in Peace is good because his deck is all about stuff stuff dying specifically. Hydroblast looks good against all these Fable and Mirror Breakers and Gargadons we saw. My sideboard's not really built for this. Why would it be? Yeah, it's really just the Rip and 2 Hydroblasts. I think I can shave one of the Force of Wills, one of the Swords to Plowshares. Maybe Plow is better than Prismatic Ending. We saw Planeswalkers, we saw Fables, like a bunch of stuff there. I'm going to leave all of my big win condition type things alone. I like my draw engines. Can't... Oh, we're a freaking Bowmaster deck. Why am I reaching for Swords to Plowshares? Settle down. Okay, 2 Force of Wills, and Narset was surprisingly good. I like Narset even if she's just dig through time against decks that don't even draw extra cards. Like just looking at your top 8 cards and putting 2 of them in your hand. Like that's pretty good. But she also does have additional text against what are clearly multiple Fable and the Mirror Breakers. I do like some number of Force of Will in the deck. Okay, 2 Hydroblast, 1 Rest in Peace, and I'm cutting 2 Forces and a Prismatic Ending. Let's do it. My hand's great. I got engines all over the place, Force Blue card. I'm insulated against Cabal Therapy in a way, because if I resolve Currency Converter, even if he therapies me, I still get to make rogues out of it. I can force a choke if that happens right now. Zenith for 2. I don't know what that is, but it seems too good. I'm going to stop it. Ooh. Alright, I'm going to resolve a staff, though plowing that Dryad Arbor is tempting. I guess my deck, Collector Roof, is pretty good against my deck. That might have been what the Zenith for 2 was for. I do have multiple value artifacts in play. Alright, we've got a Verdant Catacomb pass. I wonder if that means I need to be concerned about some opposition agent style nonsense, or if he's actually got nothing. I'm going to fetch and find out. I'll grab Tundra here and play another Staff of the Storyteller. We're in there. I'm going to fly for 1. If he's holding up a Bowmaster, I'll draw a card in response to it coming into play. If he doesn't do anything, I won't do anything. Endurance. Okay. I am not going to spend a Swords to Plowshares on that shitty creature. I'm going to draw a card right now while I can't get Bowmastered. Yeah, that's just a big booty. Whatever. My deck's pretty good at absorbing creature damage. Maybe I was supposed to fetch Plateau here, just in case of choke. That's the way that I most quickly lose the game. Just some bullshit sideboard card. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. There's that one. I'm going to block Endurance. The Spirit's not doing anything else for a while. I'll probably plow the Goblin Shaman in the near future. Oh, well, we're a ways away from that. I also don't have red mana. I'm going to draw with Staff, see if he's got the Bowmaster. Doesn't look like it. Ponder. Shark Typhoon, Timeless Dragon. Okay. There's some good stuff here. Got to figure out how to utilize it best. I think I'm just going to put Timeless Dragon in my hand and plow the Goblin Shaman. And I can play out the other currency converter. It's not helping me in my hand, that's for sure. All right. Discarded two lands? Discarded one land. Discarded one card to Fable and the Mirror Breaker, which means he had 2 cards he liked already. Ended up with a fetch land anyway. Broadside Bombardiers. I don't know why I'm surprised. This is exactly Bill's bullshit. Okay, I take 6 from combat. He could throw stuff at me for another 5. This Fable can be thrown for 5 next turn. Like, I might just die to burn here. Right, threw the Dryad Arbor at me. I'm at 10. This is 5 and then 5. Okay, so I am dead on board. I'm drawing Shark Typhoon. I could shuffle before I draw, find Plateau. Yeah, I'm actually going to shuffle before I draw Shark Typhoon. I don't think I have time for that. Plateau. I'd love to find a Swords to Plowshares here. Prismatic Vista is not it. I could draw a card with Staff of the Storyteller. Or I could Fourth Aerolingus and just not attack. Just have a 2/2 back. I think I want to draw a card. Alright, that wasn't great. I can still block Endurance in combat, and I'm not dead. Make a rogue. Oh, we have a removal spell. Orcish Bowmaster. In response, I will loot with the other currency converter. Discard Prismatic Vista. Exile that for a treasure next turn. Okay, that puts me to 9. And can throw the Orc army at my rogue token to deal 5 here. That is what's happening. Okay, and then I am dead if Broadside Bombardiers is still in play for combat starting next turn. How about that Supreme Verdict, the one of? No love there. If I activate Staff of the Storyteller, go to 2, but I can still play the game. If I Brainstorm, I see 3 cards right away, but I'm at 1. Yeah, gonna have to start drawing cards here. Not happy about it. Another Brainstorm, perfect. And Plains from hand, draw another card. Supreme Verdict. Ugh. Okay, we're dead. Once again, dead to Broadside Bombardiers. Maybe I need more Force of Wills in my deck than I thought I did. Fourth Aerolingus actually looks super risky, and there's a lot of spots where you just can't even cast that. Okay, I'm gonna try that. I wonder if Phil's capable of winning a game of Magic without Broadside Bombardiers in play. Has it ever been done? I doubt it. I actually meant to pull the Rest in Peace back out. I thought of it at the last second, but I had already hit submit. I will keep this hand. Swords of Plowshare is pretty good. It's also a pretty good target for Cabal Therapy. Let's hope he doesn't name it. Currency Converter, Narset. Alright, I'll take all of these. Please lead on a creature. Okay, Forest does not cast Cabal Therapy. Scalding Tarn, Currency Converter. I don't want to just run the basic planes out there. That just feels like a very obvious signal that I have Swords to Plowshares. And now if he therapies me, at least I get 2 rogues out of it. I wonder if we're going to see the therapy and then Veteran Explorer immediately therapy without passing priority play. Meltdown. Yeah, okay. Fuck me. See you later, Currency Converter. Alright, well, I will shove Narset into play. I am unfortunately shields down to choke for the most part. Dig, dig, dig. Hydroblast. That's a good card against his deck. I'm going to take the Staff, though. It's pretty awkward revealing anything face up versus the known Cabal Therapy deck. Phyrexian Tower. Come on, Phil. Give me a break, man. Why don't you play Magic like an honest gamer? One time in your life. Narset, activate. Find Hydroblast. Ottawara is a blue source that is not an island. That's actually really important. I'm going to fetch Plateau here and play Staff of the Storyteller. So I do have a blue source. That blue source is also a temporary answer to choke, though. I have to decide how I want to use that. Fury. Okay. Fury pitching Fury. That's aggressive. And you could sacrifice Fury to Phyrexian Tower before it dies here and have 4 mana to do stuff with. That is what's happening. Orcish Bowmaster. That resolves. Still a black in the pool. We're going to Cabal Therapy my hand away. Multiple Bowmasters. Okay. Well, I have multiple plows. Ooh, Supreme Verdict's nice too. I could plow. There's a second basic plains in here. Let me check my deck. Yeah, there's another basic plains in here. I could plow, draw a card. I'm going to play Flooded Strand and plow both Bowmasters. The Otawara does eventually represent a Prismatic Ending removing choke, because that gives me blue. Wonder if I was supposed to fetch on my turn. I just hate to be cheesed by some shit. Okay, I'm gonna fetch in response here for the plains. Activate Staff of the Storyteller. Okay, I can ending the choke, and then start figuring out the rest of the game after that. I could also, there's Rest in Peace that I wish was a different card. I guess the Supreme Verdict's pretty good here. All right, Otawara, Prismatic Ending. Get rid of the choke. There's a bunch of scary permanents in play, but choke's the one I can deal with right now. Or choke's the one that I have to deal with right now. I am holding the 1 of Supreme Verdict, though. If a window for a big sweepy blowout is in my life anywhere, it might be here. Discarded a Veteran Explorer rather than trying to use it to get mana, but I guess I get as much mana as you do. Another Fable. Boy, do I hate this card. Second Hydroblast. That gives me some room to breathe here. Can I go to 3 is the question. Probably not against the Broadside deck. I'm going to Supreme Verdict all these creatures away, and I'm going to blast the Fable that hasn't drawn cards yet. And now the second Hydroblast is nice, because it can either kill this Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, or answer something like a Broadside Bombardier, or a Minskin Boo. Alright, deck, let's get the Staff of the Storyteller rolling. Worked this hard to get here. Can I have a payoff? Absolutely not. Now I have to decide if this Rest in Peace helps me or hurts me. It's actually, like, not particularly obvious. Because I do use my graveyard. God, this Rest in Peace is so annoying. Alright, I will not play Rest in Peace. I wish this was not in my deck. This was a mistake. It turns off Veteran Explorer, which I don't even care if it gets turned off, because it's a card I can actively use. Ooh, put my deck back into my graveyard. That's fine. I gotta figure out something this turn, though. Like, really, like, 1 Shark Typhoon stabilizes it here for me. 1 Timeless Dragon stabilizes it. This is so close to doing what I need to be done. Phil's over there taking out both of our graveyards for us. Could go for the second main phase Broadside Bombardiers and throw some... Or no, it's... The Bombardier has to attack. Alright, deck, please. For real. It's time for, like, a card. Brainstorm. That's a card. Don't have Bowmaster. Okay. Swords to Plowshares is not bad. I'm going to plow this Endurance. And I have Hydroblast for Reflection. And then I can shuffle away the bad cards. Just gotta hope that his hand is not Broadside Gat-dang Bombardiers. Mana's being tapped. Titania Protector of Argoth. This copies non-legendaries. This is a legend. You just bombed your own graveyard, so you don't have any stuff in there. Okay. That resolves. Okay, gotta Pyroblast Blue Blast this Reflection. And we're back to drawing one of the many good cards in the deck. I just need the deck to deliver one of them. Come on now, deck. Shark Typhoon. Timeless Dragon. Shark Typhoon, okay. I will pass the turn and hope he doesn't have Broadside Bombardiers. He's been hiding 1 card in his hand for, like, basically the whole game here. I also lose to Bowmaster at this point. I guess that could have been a 3-3. It's the same. Okay. Yeah, that should have been a 3-3. Now I can draw a card, but it can't be Swords to Plowshares. Oh, wait. I still get a draw right here. Swords to Plowshares. Brainstorm. That's better looks at Plow. Plow. Yeah. All right, we found a Plow. Didn't deserve it, but we got it. Plow that Titania. Clinging to life here. Another Fable. Stop. Okay. I'm going to draw with Staff. And I'm going to play Comet. Let's get puppin'. I made 2 squirrels. Okay, those can block. Still dead to Broadside Bombardiers, but that's going to be true for the entire game from here on out. Card's not beatable. Opponent is top decking, though. But if we learned anything about Phil, that means he has broadside bombardiers. I'm not going to use this Shark Typhoon right now. All right, cool. Now I got Counterspell. Hard to fail from here. Ooh, I rolled a 6. That means I get 2 more Comets. I'm going to kill the Goblin Shaman and roll again. Makes 2 squirrels. Draw a card with Staff. Volcanic Islands in. And I have to counter or beat any haste creature anyway, so in for 4. Phil's also been farting around over there a little bit. 4 minutes left on the clock to my 8.5. Fury. I'm going to cycle Shark Typhoon and see how I feel about this card. I'm going to make a 5/5. Because there are cards... Shit, I just clicked right through it. I was about to say... I was in the middle of saying there are cards that just, like, beat me out of his deck, and I might want to hold on to Counterspell, but Jesus. I did not mean to click through that. I was going to counter it. Oh, not like this. All right. Comet, you want to kill this thing for me? Or Staff first? Okay. Well, at least I can answer one of these things. Comet, let's go. Made 2 squirrels. Not really what I was looking for. Prismatic Ending. Red, white, blue. Take out the Reflection of Kiki Jiki. 5 flying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I have a fetchable left in my deck? 2 Tundras. Valk. 3 Islands. 2 Tundras. Valk. 3 Islands. 2 Plains. 1 Plateau. 2 Plains, 1 Plateau. Yep, this Flooded Strand doesn't help right now. I'm just going to hold up Counterspell for the turn and hope I'm not dead. I will block with a squirrel. Fury does not have Trample. One of the few words that's not on that card. Okay, now we go to my turn. Currency Converter. Draw with Staff. Found another Staff. Activate Comet. Made 2 squirrels. We got a steady stream of squirrels here. An attack for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get Timeless Dragon in here, and I can add Staff of the Storyteller to it and still hold up Counterspell. Choke. I mean, that's annoying, but it doesn't kill me here. I think most modes of Comet kill my opponent here. Roll with Comet. Can I just 15 from ahead? Oh, yeah. Choose a creature or player. You. Go to 3, and then attack for my flyers. Oh, yeah. We're on the board, team. Team good guys. Team anti-broadside bombardiers. On to the final round.
If you're looking to run a CEDH or 1v1 tournament, Eminence Gaming has your back with Command Tower. With Command Tower's intuitive tournament manager dashboard, you can handle decklist submission and player management with just a few clicks. Players just need to scan the event's QR code for access to the full tournament bracket, including seamless pairings and real-time standing updates. Take the guesswork out of tournament organizing. Try Command Tower for your next event.
I'm on the play for the last round, which is exciting because his deck is insane. I don't know. Again, I don't know what the list is. I was told it's White Stax / Mud. To be determined what that means, but I hope turn 1 Liliana the Veil is good against it. Urborg, Darkrit, Lily is the plan. And I think I'm discarding my second Ritual here. Is it Ritual or Barrenmore? I think it's Ritual. If he's like a Trinisphere, Chalice of the Void, Prison, nonsense deck, that won't matter anyway. Sphere of Resistance is gone. Okay. Turn 1 Saga. Okay. Hopefully my Ghost Quarter can mess that up. I was going to Saga, but if he's leading on Saga like that, I'm going to discard my backup Lily, and I'm going to quarter the Saga. There are planes in the deck. I was warned it was white. I guess I could have cycled Barrenmore and see if I just drew an actual Wasteland. Ingenious Smith. This is potential card advantage, but Liliana also answers it right away. Petal triggers the Smith, and I'm going to cycle Barrenmore. Found Dismember. Interesting. All right. Okay, what do I do with this information? I could Saga. Yeah, I'm just going to Saga, Dark Ritual, Dismember the Smith, and then plus Lily again. Just keep going straight for the buckets here. If I draw an untapped land, this Saga's insane. If I don't, Lily can ultimate soon Ancient Tomb. What's the payoff here? Lodestone Golem. All right, I could kill that. All right, come on, just untapped land of any variety. Smallpox. Is that even better? I think it is. Oh, I can't cast it. Damn it. Stupid Lodestone Golem. All right, fine. Sacrifice your creature, you coward. And I lose my Saga next turn anyway. So I actually do want a Pox right now. And that sucks. I didn't have one more mana. If I had one more mana, I'd be activating Urza Saga, so whatever. And Liliana hasn't gone coast to coast in a game of Legacy like this since 2010, 2011. When did she come out? Whenever she was new is the answer. Discarded Touch the Spirit Realm, which importantly does not exile Liliana. Oh, does that mean Seasoned Dungeoneers in this deck? You sick bastard. Zero resistance. Okay. All right. Well, Hellbent opponent versus me who can't do anything. Just hitting land drops would be great. That's a land. Count it. Plus Lily. And I do have Threshold, so Cabal Pit can kill a creature. If opponent can get the initiative, I'm going to actually suddenly be super far behind. Wow, the nuts. All right. We're now mostly even from the original Bill running hot in the Goblins matchup. Retrofitter, oh no. We're not even anymore. That card almost solos me on its own. I guess that's what solos mean. Solo means. All right, I don't need a Thoughtseize. Retrofitter Foundry can make a servo here. I can make a 1/1 Urza Saga. There is a Pithing Needle in my deck. I name Retrofitter Foundry and we're back in it. And Needle, Spellbomb, Currency Converter are the things that could be reasonably tutorable here. I'm going to let the servo hit Liliana. That's fine. I don't want to trade a construct that'll soon be a 3/3 for this 1/1. If I got tricked into... Oh, wow, that's good. I mean, that's good, but there's no... Well, I was about to say there's no lands that matter. There's fucking Urza Saga. All right, well, we're in trouble now. Okay, make a construct. Oh, MTGO gave me the wrong black mana, one that deals 1 damage. I didn't need to take 1 there. Thanks. I will add 1 the correct way this time. And I just drew another Saga, so no more complaining. Right, opponent correctly identified that I was about to Pithing Needle. You know, I could Pithing Needle Urza Saga here. Oh, that's interesting. And I just drew another one, which makes it a lot worse, but this Crucible of Worlds is going to kill me. Currency Converter plus Liliana is a combo, but it's not better than Crucible plus Retrofitter Foundry. I'm going to Needle Urza Saga. You can't stop me. Yeah, and I have another one in my hand. That's the kind of sick freak I am. That's who you're dealing with today. Now I can ultimate this Liliana. Or I can plus her, wait a turn. All right, I'm going to plus her and try to... I get 1 good attack here. Then I have Cabal Pit plus Lily activation next turn. And if he tutors a Pithing Needle and names Lily, then I'm behind again. We were driving for so long. And I felt like I was running good, but Phil Luck caught up to us. Phil Luck always beats Brian Luck. City of Traders from the graveyard. Probably going to push a damage onto Liliana here. Yep. Block one of them. He can't really afford for me to ultimate Lily and keep her. Yep, that flips into a Thopter. Lily goes to 6. Another Herb. That's not a helpful thing to have. Okay, what happens if I Liliana here? If I ultimate Lily and put like Retrofitter and Urza Saga in one pile and every other permanent, or Crucible, Retrofitter, Saga in one pile, every other permanent in the other pile? Yeah, all right, I'll try that. Ultimate Liliana. It's turn 9. She's been in play for 9 turns. It was a good run. Right, he's untapping Retrofitter in response, which means that I'm going to kill this Thopter before it can become a 4/4 that I cannot beat. You're going to make a servo, sacking the Lotus Petal here, or just let me make piles. It's sacking Petal to make a servo. Okay, here come the piles. Crucible, Retrofitter, Saga versus everything. You could dig your way out of this. I guess I don't care about the Saga anymore. If I just make it Crucible, Retrofitter versus everything, Yeah, these are the piles. Oh, maybe there's a second retrofitter. Maybe the saga had to be in the first pile. I don't know. Or in the small pile. Okay. I bet right. This was the pile. And he could just play City of Traders or Ancient Tomb. Ancient Tomb doesn't help much. City of Traders from the graveyard does absorb some of this damage. Both of us are lucky that the other hasn't found a wasteland this game. Ancient Den was the choice. Mox Opal. Uh-oh. Alright, and then just making a servo in the main phase. Okay. I can tutor a Mox Diamond here because the Urborg's a brick. Wow, that was a sick draw. Okay. We're getting there, team. Oh. Oh. Oh no, Mox Diamond is just lethal, yeah. Okay. I thought about Nile Spellbombing for a second there, but that doesn't make any damn sense because we have the game won right now. Pachow. In for 8, which is your life total. Wow, that was a weird game, but that is why we're here. Okay, well, I don't think I'll be bringing Sphere of Resistance versus the Sphere of Resistance deck. Retrofitter was nuts. Besage was nuts. I could see Plague Engineer. Ashiok does mess with Crucible stuff and makes the Saga tutor plan a lot worse. Ashiok's a maybe. There are some creatures in the deck, including Lodestone Golem. It's not a lot of card draw, though. I think Bowmaster is probably on the low to mid side of things I want to be doing. I didn't see a green source or like any wasteland. It's the whole Loam half of the deck not even showing up for that whole game. I'll take Shadow Spear. I don't think I want Dismembers. I have Sholtrit's Edicts, Liliana of the Veils. Is Plague Engineer on Servo better than Orcish Bowmaster? Maybe. Thoughtseize is probably falls off quick here as well. Okay, he gets to be on the play this time, which is scary mode. I will, I'm actually going to cut one of the Thoughtseizes and get a Dismember back in. I don't think I want Toxic Deluge with Plague Engineer available. Okay, let's do this. I'll have to mulligan this No-Lander, unfortunately. 3 of a kind Liliana. Not quite the same as the one Liliana on the play last game. That really was the best Liliana has been in 10 years, for sure. Mulligan. Ugh. No colored mana. I do have the Loam, which is an important card. I have Retrofitter, which is an important card too. I think I have to just mulligan this again. Alright, I'll keep this one, and Hymn to Turok is not going to happen. Is Thoughtseize is going to happen? Or do I just need to get my way up to Smallpox? Alright, I'll bottom Liliana and hold on to Smallpox. Let's go. Ancient Tomb. Pithing Needle. Okay. Please name Liliana. I just put her to the bottom. Might name Wasteland. Liliana the Veil. Okay. I just got rid of that one. And there's still 3 mana available here. Thalia. Come on, Phil. Grow up. Who plays that card? Okay. Beseju is powerful. So is Basic Lands, though. I'm going to go Urza's Saga, Mox Diamond, discard Forest. And I'm ready to start making constructs starting next turn. Let's see what the follow-up is here. That was a really good turn 1. Are we just fully nutting? Zapped in Emiria. That means we have a big spell to cast. Shadow Spear plus Equip. Okay. I guess it's not a big spell, but it does pay for itself. Pithing Needle. I'm going to play Beseju and let Saga run its course. This Smallpox is my endgame. I just have to hope that I'm stable by then and have a black source. I'm getting attacked for another 3. Next turn, my creatures will be bigger than Thalia. Construct. Oh, are we playing Swords to Plowshares? Or do we have a Solitude already? Wow, cool. All right. My creatures will probably not be bigger than Thalia then. That land was a good draw. That means I can tutor a Mox Diamond. Or do I get Retrofitter and just hit my land drop here? I guess Mox Diamond discarding the land is the same, but worse as getting like some actual game-winning piece of cardboard plus hitting a land drop. We can never compete with Phil Luck. Exiling my Retrofitter Foundry. I hope he attacks with Or no, if he re-equips, then attacks with both creatures. Yeah, that's the good attack. Damn it. I think it's good players is unfair. Yep. I would have pretty happily traded with Solitude, but that's why he made the attack he did. Okay, I can Pithing Needle here, naming, what, Wasteland? Or I could play my own Shadow Spear and start racing back. Okay, yeah. My own Shadow Spear. Now Thalia doesn't attack, and I trade with Solitude. He's actually way better set up for me than me for a Smallpox here. I haven't done anything to break parity this game. I don't have a Loam. Oh, tapping mana. Okay, just moving a thing around. Still has a good attack for 3 here. All right, finding the combat. Finding good moves in combat. Well done, Phil. Oh, and we have Crucible of Worlds. Cool. Okay. Can I have a big spell? Something that interacts. Or something that doesn't do anything. That's cool too. Thanks. I feel like I should be holding on to this or this Pithing Needle for a bigger play. But if I name Shadow Spear, then it's stuck on the Thalia, but then mine is a brick also. But then I have the biggest creature. Okay. I am going to name Shadow Spear, which might seem weird, but it's happening. Wait, there's a Mardu Shadow Spear? Interesting. Okay. Now I have the biggest creature, and he can't move his stuff around. I wish I could have equipped my Shadow Spear first before doing that, but I haven't drawn a mana in the whole game. I drew Urza Saga instantaneously. That's the other thing I would have considered naming. All right, we've lost this one if I don't draw Wasteland. And even if I do, I need to draw Loam right after that to keep up with the Crucible. Wasteland? All right, I'm going to concede this game. Can't keep up with Phil luck. Oh, I'm on the play this game, so that changes things a little bit. Thoughtseize is probably still pretty bad. He's got a lot more creatures than I thought he did. I'm bringing the Dismember back in and adding Toxic Deluge. Bowmasters is interesting. Like, it is Raise the Alarm. It does make 2 1/1 blockers. We have seen graveyard stuff. Maybe Toxic Deluge is too much. I get a Bowmaster. If I do that, cut that. Sheoldred's Edict versus Dismember. Edict out, Bowmaster in. We've even seen an X1 creature now. Okay. I'm trying this. I'm not going to bring in Surgicals. I won't do it. A first appearance of Wasteland for anyone here. I am going to keep this hand. It is as slow and sad as I'd ever want a hand to be, but I'm here for it. Both kept 7. Terrifying. Barrenmore into play tapped. I'm sure this is not what Phil expected, but I'm sure he's happy to see it. Emiria zapped it in. Chrome Mox. Pitching Solitude. Retrofitter Foundry, there's that. Mox Opal, that's on. And Thalia, okay. That's a lot of shit on turn 1. Okay, begin the Saga Parade. This is the only thing I have going on. Yeah, his deck's really well built to leverage artifact mana in a way that mine's not, which makes both Wasteland and Smallpox worse, which is a problem because those are the things my deck is built on. Pithing Needle, goddamn. Naming Saga when I have 3 of them. Yep, cool. That sucks. Okay, Dark Ritual. I can get his hand empty and Wasteland him. Dark Ritual, cast him to Turok. Okay, those were 2 real spells. Now I can Wasteland down to nothing or play another Saga out and start ticking up towards Mox Diamond. Yeah, I think I'm going to Wasteland. And he's got this Retrofitter in play, but I can Needle that. Oh no. What's going on? All right. Stuck under your own needle there. But you have a 2-1, and I don't have a 2-1. My deck's full of answers to a 2-1, though. How about just Orcish Bowmasters off the top? Plague Engineer. Okay. Count it. I'll play with that one. Float mana with Urza's Saga, which means that I would like to get Mox Diamond here. Yeah, I think so. Mox Diamond, discard one of these Sagas, and then play another Saga. And I'm going to Plague Engineer Servo. This just cuts off the Retrofitter's whole chain, and it doesn't answer Thalia yet, but opponent's top decking, and his best permanent was just invalidated. This is where we're going to see Touch the Spirit Realm off the top, because it's Phil. Oh wait, he can't cast that card. It'll be Swords to Plowshares. Swords to Plowshares. Swords to Plowshares. I'll say that word completely. Ashiok will stop Phil from tutoring next turn. And then I just have, like, my 16 life points versus Thalia Guardian of Thraben is the whole game from there. Basic Swamp, happy to see that. Is there any reason not to attack? God, I hope not. I'm going in. No punish. No punish, cool. And I'm just going to put Ashiok on the battlefield and not activate them. Because I'm just trying to stop this search. I don't care about the graveyard right now. The Crucible of Worlds not really a factor at this point. And if I tutor my Retrofitter or my Shadow Spear next turn, that will get ahead of Thalia. Saga floats but can't search. Ancient Tomb, what's the payoff? Do we have a Lodestone? Touch the Spirit Realm, okay. Well, like I said, lucky Phil. I was right, he did draw Touch the Spirit Realm last turn, he just couldn't cast it, so he ripped Ancient Tomb this turn. Okay, Plague Engineer is gone. Retrofitter is back online, but I can tutor my Pithing Needle this turn and name Retrofitter, and then go back to having to deal with Thalia. Alright, deck, please draw an answer to Thalia. There's so many of them. That's not one of them. Okay, Saga Float. Okay. Needle, naming Retrofitter. Turns off a card in my deck. Yeah, I'm just going to Needle the Retrofitter. Or how much mana do I have? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think the Thalia just breaks open the Retrofitter fight too hard. Yeah, I'm just going to Needle Retrofitter. And I think I Wasteland this Ancient Tomb as well. And now I just need my deck to deliver one of the dozen or so removal spells it plays, over a dozen. I have 6 draws here, or 5 draws here. Come on, deck. Any Liliana, Edict, Dismembered, Bowmaster, Plague Engineer. What the hell? Okay, Shadow Spear, shit. Well, my clock just got slightly shorter. Life from the Loam, what do you do? Interesting. Well, you take a turn off the clock, unfortunately, is one thing that you do. Bayou, Loam, Wasteland, Saga. I'm going to zap him with Ashiok once, just to make sure the graveyard's clear in case that matters, because he's clearly going face at this point. I get 2 more draw steps here. Deck's full of outs. I don't think I should be dredging for Cabal Pit. I think I should just be drawing cards. Oh my god, deck, why? Alright, we get 1 more draw here. Deck's full of winners here. Bowmaster is not good enough anymore because of First Strike. It does buy me a turn. Come on, removal spell. Any removal spell at all. Don't dredge alone. Boseiju buys me a turn, hilariously. Okay. Urza Saga, go in. And I will pass. Okay, I got 1 more silly little draw step here. Boseiju, the Shadow Spear. And I can tutor Nile Spellbomb, which can redraw, so I get at least 1 other draw here. They were able to tutor off Boseiju because Ashiok reads spells and abilities they control. Like, you can't build a deck around Ashiok and forcing your opponent to search. That's not how that card works. I did just give him 3 mana for the first time in many turns. Alright, come on, removal spell. Removal spell. Edict. Removal spell. Holy smokes. You're saying there's a chance. The Urza Saga can tutor 4. I think at this point it should be Currency Converter. That does real things on this board, and I just drew the answer to Thalia. So I can enjoy that. And I guess I should loot now, because I have the mana floating, and I have exactly enough to still dismember Thalia. Draw and discard a card. Ooh, do I want to dredge Loam? No, not here. Discard this Verdant Catacombs. This gives me a treasure under the converter in the future. And I'm not going to dismember now, because if Phil has touched the Spirit Realm, he can have Thalia for his turn. Okay, dismember. Oh, I still had a Mox Diamond. I guess I had more going on than I thought I did. Another Thalia is tough. I have Lodestone Golem covered. This is where he reveals the splash for Broadside Bombardiers. Phyrexian Metamorph. This is going to be a Currency Converter, would be my guess. Or a Pithing Needle on Currency Converter. Whatever it is, Boseiju can kill it. It is a Currency Converter. Okay. I will be dredging Boseiju to kill that immediately. Or dredging Life from the Loam for Boseiju, you know what I mean? And this Urza Saga can get Mox Diamond now, which discards this Urza Saga into the currency converter, where it is useful. Loam target Boseiju Saga Wasteland. I'm going to Boseiju currency converter before it can do anything, which also converts Boseiju into currency. Oh, no tutors. Wow. That's big news. Big if true. And we know it's true because it's hard to lie about. And then I can Boseiju touch the Spirit Realm if he does get another Thalia. Guess I'm worried about Ingenious Smith plus Artifact right now. Crucible with no dead lands, that's fine. I can also remove that as needed. And I'm going to convert Boseiju into a treasure. Dredge Loam. And that Loam hit a Takanuma, which then unlocks all sorts of stuff from the deck. And I could Boseiju the Needle on Urza Saga also. Maybe that's what I should be doing, and I was not supposed to tap that like that. Wasteland, okay. Wasting my Urza Saga, okay. Yep, good call. Okay, end step, I am going to Boseiju the Needle. That's on Urza Saga. And make another treasure. I probably should have been doing this a turn ago. And just bricked off on it. But I found it now. It should end the game pretty quickly. I am going to Ashiok Fill because there's a Wasteland in the graveyard now. Life from Loam, target Boseiju, Saga, Forest. Another Saga. Okay, chugga chugga, kids. As long as I don't take 1 damage somehow, should be okay here. Already found a Saga. I'm just going to snap off a waste on it before it can even tap for mana. I just drifted into the sub 5 minutes. After that awful round 1, you all really are getting your money's worth in the other 2 rounds. And I still have I don't have a Shadow Spirit left because I've milled it with my aggressive loaming. I don't even know what's left in the deck. Mox Diamond, Retrofitter's turned off. Discard this Forest, goes into the currency converter. Play Wasteland. Attack for 10. I'll make it 11 and 12. So make it a huge crush of damage. Sweep that Saga out of your graveyard with Ashiok. And as long as I can't get boned for 1 here. Oh, baby. All right. We brought it back from the edge. Okay, this was kind of a weird format. We had real decks, medium decks, and fake decks. And the real deck, I mean, we saw how that went wrong, but we could also see how it went right. Like that game 2 mapped it out pretty well. The SharkStill game was great. We just got our engines online and crushed. And same with the Loam game. Phil was structurally better than me in some ways and structurally worse in some others. I think I'm going to jump on a call with Phil real quick and we'll talk about it, but that's my wrap up. Let's go talk to Phil.
All right, Brian, that was a lot of fun. Congrats. You take it down very narrowly this time. I'm really happy with those games. I think we picked some very similar power level decks, and decisions matter. Those were so close.
Yeah, that was super tight. After match 1, which even though it was a slaughter, it was close and I think showcased some of what the match is about. Like that game 2, where I put you off balance and dropped a Murktide, and then your 2 draw steps were Ancient Tomb, Spirit Guide, Bombardiers, or the 3 cards I didn't know about in that game. So, narrowly escaped with that one, and that was closer than it may have looked from the 4-minute runtime of the match or whatever. And then the other 2, we just went to the bottom of our clocks in both of them. So money's worth from our viewers and from our donor on that one.
Yeah. So conceptually, the match 1, the Goblins versus Sultai Beanstalk, I expected those games to be a little longer, honestly. Short runtime, but generally speaking, you have Wastelands, you have, Daze, Hydroblast, some number of Dismember, Fatal Push type cards. I expected at some point I was going to Muxus, and that would be the way that I ended up tipping the scales, but that didn't happen this time.
Didn't need it. But that, the game, match 2, the Nic Fit versus SharkStill was a lot of fun. Just tons of decisions there. That game where you choked me, and then I had to decide, like, am I going to fight over choke or deal with some of these problem permanents and deal with choke later or whatever. That was white knuckle down to the end. If you watch my side on the other end of this, you'll see me saying, like, come on, Shark Typhoon, come on, Timeless Dragon, anything to get the staff going just a little bit here. And I just, like, found it right on time.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was game 1 or game 2, but I was sitting with an Assassin's Trophy, staring down your Narset at 3 loyalty and the staff. And I had a Greater Gargadon in my hand that was just a dead card. And it was like, this is a damned if I do, damned if I don't spot. Like, I really want to get rid of this Greater Gargadon. It's just not going to do anything in this match. But if I leave the staff and I don't close out the game in the next 3 or 4 turns, it's going to be awful. And spoiler, it was bad.
Right. Yep. Yeah, you suspended that Greater Gargadon, and I just looked at my board in hand, and I was like, I don't care about this card at all. I'm a token deck full of instant speed removal. Like that's not what this one's about, for sure.
Yeah, I think I punted the last game. I should have Phyrexian Metamorphed, Pithing Needle, and named Boseiju, so you didn't get that engine online. The currency converter probably would have beaten me. I bottomed out. I had a bunch of copies of Chrome Mox and an Uncastable Solitude in my hand at the end. I just couldn't quite get over.
Yeah, I talked about that on my side, where it's like, what are you even going to do here? Because I either Boseiju whatever you name, or you name Boseiju and I just keep grinding with currency converter. And it turned out you're probably right. You should have taken your chances versus converter. That Boseiju did end up being just bonkers, lights out over time. I think it took me 1 turn too long to realize that you controlled the needle on Saga. I forgot in the mix of all the needles. For some reason, I thought I was going to have to win it with rogues, or I had in my head that I can release my Plague Engineer whenever I need to out of your O-ring. Yeah, but then I was like, oh yeah, that's his needle, and just won the game immediately when my Sagas were free.
Yeah, that last match was really awkward because you just have no real Phyrexian Metamorph targets in terms of like things that are going to help me close out the game.
Right.
So like I was like, do I save this Metamorph for like a billion turns until he puts a Bowmasters in play, and that's how I get my last point of damage across? There were some weird decisions in these games.
Yeah, and I noticed too that your deck in the final round was so good at having artifact mana that Wasteland and Smallpox hurt me more than you in almost all situations. And you also have Crucible of Worlds for the rare situation where Wasteland's good. It was just structurally well built against Pox in a way that was really weird and annoying.
I had a weird thing. So in match 2, when I was playing Nic Fit, I like looked at the matchup and went like, do I just cut the entire Nic Fit package? And I ended up cutting Cabal Therapies and all but one of the Veteran Explorers because your white removal was just going to be so good versus them. And I just became very threat dense. It didn't quite work out, but it felt like you were just under constant pressure. And I'm happy with the strategy.
Yeah, and hearing that makes me extra tilted because I brought in Rest in Peace for game 2 and then realized it was bad for game 3 after I had already hit submit, and I was currently dragging it out of my deck when Moto submitted for game 3, and then I just had this shitty Rest in Peace in hand for the whole game. I had a wide open board to play it on, but I realized it was going to hurt me and my Timeless Dragons and my Hall of Heliod more than it was going to hurt your stupid thing that I don't even care about. And that one, I looked at that card for several turns before I could brainstorm it away in that tight game 3 stretch where it was like, whoever finds like the first relevant spell here wins. And I had stupid Rest in Peace in my hand. So your sideboard plan did pay off there. It was better than mine.
Yeah. I think today's matches are a great way of like showing you how awesome and intricate Legacy can be, even when you aren't necessarily just jamming with the most optimized decks. I know a lot of times we get focused on, you know, top 8 this, Legacy challenge that. But, you know, for the people who are slinging spells at their FNMs, as long as you're playing decks that are of a reasonable and appropriate power level to each other, you can do a lot of really silly and fun things in the Legacy card pool.
Yep, we're all playing Legacy. is what I like to remind people when someone's like, oh, I just lost a Pox. It's like, yeah, well, that deck has Dark Ritual, Hymn to Tarok, Thoughtseize in it. The floor's pretty high on any bad matchup when you could do that with your deck.
Yeah, when you Dark Ritual Liliana'd me and I was sitting and looking at Sphere of Resistance, I was just like, oh no. Oh no, bro. This is not gonna work out for me this time.
Yeah, if I was gonna win the die roll in one of our 3 matches, I'm glad it was that one.
All right, Brian, any closing thoughts here?
No, this was fun. Thanks again to our anonymous donor for making it happen. I do like the invitation once in a while to do something different and line up our schedules and be a little goofy for a few hours.
Yeah, no, this was a lot of fun. My only regret is that you called dibs on Pox first.
I did. Well, although we both have a claim to it in the greater Legacy universe, I think, is there like a Pox and You or anything? Like, because there's Pox and Roll. That is a sub thread on my channel. Do you have a punny name with Pox? Because I
don't have a funny name for it. I feel like you have the claim to fame for Loam Pox, and I'm in the mono black camp solidly when it comes to Pox.
Oh, we should have done Loam Pox versus mono black Pox. You would have lost so hard.
It would not have been fun. Would not have been balanced.
Nope. Well, you got to play Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, a card that I did roll my eyes, groan, and say, grow up, Phil, when you cast it in game 2. That did happen. So we both lived up to our brand.
So for the people who only watch your side, and like, please consider checking out our other sides. There's going to be a lot of really neat things on both sides. In the original list, that was Chancellor of the Annex, and I was just like, how's a body? How is an actual castable body? And I subbed in Thalia. Like, I knew it would be bad versus Bowmasters, but it looked pretty good in the matches as they played out.
I spent a long time in our 3rd set saying, if I can answer this Thalia in 5 draw steps, I win. And I would not have cared about Chancellor of the Annex at all. So,
yep.
Good job.
All right. With that being said, folks, I hope you all enjoyed, and this was a pleasure. Brian, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and great rest of the day, the rest of you viewers as well.
Goodbye.